What's up, everyone? This is DeagleBeagle, and we're going to try to settle this once and for all of what tier Rhyperior's in and when is it better than Rhydon. And as you may know, I'm a big Rhydon fan. Uh, Look, in Rhydon we trust. It used to be in Wheezing we trust or something like that, or in Fissure we trust, and I was using Fissure. Why am I blanking on the name? Garganical. And yeah, I really like Rhydon ever since I got annoyed with Raging Bolt, and I just figured it's the best lightning rod user. Uh, Rhydon is not Rhyperior because it has better bulk. It's more efficient with Eviolite than using Assault Vest Rhyperior. Not by a lot, but by enough to make it just better, like slightly better. And there's no other really good lightning rod user. Like, what are you gonna use? Zebstrika or Pikachu? Like, Pikachu would be the next. How come there's no Raichu? Oh, yeah, actually, Raichu would be the second best or third best. I could say. Maybe you could say. Well, really like second best because I don't think you probably ever should use Rhyperior for Lightning Rod. Like, use Rhydon in that case. Like, the only time when you would want Rhyperior with Lightning Rod is if you need like barely more attack, and that just seems kind of stupid. So yeah, I would probably only use Rhydon or Raichu for Lightning Rod, but probably Rhydon because it has good two stab moves. It doesn't have the best defensive typing, so I could see if you want to use Raichu instead, but up to you. I just would prefer Raichu does get the special attack boost, though. Maybe I should do a video on Raichu, because Raichu does seem kind of underrated, but there's not. But Rhydon can actually do something besides Lightning Rod. Raichu probably doesn't do enough unless Lightning Rod gets activated or they pick Raging Bolt. So, anyways, if you're using this like a Rhydon, um, it's probably the bad way to use it. But um, yeah, use it with solid rock. If you want to make it bulky with solid rock, though, I don't think I would even use it this way either, because it's like solid rock. Yeah, it does lower damage, but only from super effective attacks. So if they have, say, a Flutter Mane with Moonblast, solid rock will do nothing to reduce the damage, unlike Eviolite. So you can't compare, these aren't super comparable, but I will say Rhydon has more consistent bulk because of Eviolite instead of relying on an ability like Solid Rock. Now, uh, the bulk on Rhyperior before an item is obviously better. You can see the better base stats. Oops, this is supposed to be 31. So is this. So, I don't know why Showdown sometimes does that, but I don't think I really agree with hmm, with Jamie Boyd giving it an assault vest set. I mean, at most it's about equal to Rhydon, but Solid Rock's not as consistent as Eviolite. That's the bottom line. And it having a little bit, yeah, it does have a little bit more base stats, but I don't think that makes it worth it. Like, it has barely more special defense with assault. It can wall special attacks just a little bit better, assuming all the special attacks super affect it. Or I guess no, even if it doesn't super affect it, I'm sorry, but um, Rhydon has better defense by far with Eviolite, and I guess a physical move could super affect Rhyperior, and then it would be about equal. But it just seems like, for consistency's sake, use just use freaking Eviolite and use Lightning Rod, because if you use it like this, it's like you don't get the benefit out of lightning rod like you do for Rhydon, and Rhydon has about the same bulk. So I wouldn't ever use an assault vest Rhyperior. I would use I would only use it for like trick room. Like you should be using it probably only for hard trick room, and even then, I don't uh, know about it because, oops, when you could just use like Ursaluna instead. I mean, it is slower, it is faster in trick room than Ursaluna. It does have a spread rock move and stuff, so you could use like Life Orb with it. And as far as the Terra goes, you could maybe use, I don't know, Ghost maybe, so you wall. Um, it depends on your team. If you're using Reg with it, then you probably don't need Ghost because it'll block a fake out. But Ghost would be good on a hard trick room team to stop fake out and just keep the steamroll going. Even though I guess you could argue they could fake out your ally, but you could have an ally that is immune to fake out somehow or whatever. So up to you. But normally with Rhydon, I would use Terra Grass defensively, or Terra Fairy if you want to wall. If you're using it with Lightning Rod to wall Raging Bull completely, but for Rhyperior it's a little bit different. I wouldn't use it for Lightning Rod stuff. I would use it for hard Trick Room. So use it with, depends on your team. You could use it with maybe Crest, but Ursaluna might be better for that. I don't know. It depends. You could use high horsepower. This is like on any team, not just an ally that has levitate. High horsepower. You could use rock slide. You could use mega horn. Mega horn, it might be better than heat crash because there's some decent amount of heavy Pokemon that it won't work against, and it won't work well against, say, Terragrass Heatran, unlike Megahorn. So I would use Megahorn even if it misses 15% of the time. And then the last move, you would probably want Protect, but you could even use like Hammer Arm to lower your speed and outspeed a Moongus or something even as it switches in. So you could use this. You could even use Terra Ground or Rock for more damage. Probably Rock, because you would be rock sliding a lot. But high horsepower, you could make it hit. You could make it take out things easier. But a Life Orb high horsepower it's a single target move, so it's gonna do more damage. So typically you wouldn't need a boost to it as much as to a rock slide. And you would use rock slide not only for spread but for flinching. So typically you would probably want rock or ghost or maybe grass. And if you could use protect again with it if you want. Okay, and grass defensively or some other terra. With grass, you don't necessarily. Grass might be good without hammer arm because you'll wall the spore and pollen puff won't knock it out. But if you're sorry, I meant to adjust the EVs if you're using it for hard trick room. You would probably want, I don't know, a lot of special defense. Probably as much as you can get, unless you want to wall physical attacks better. Yeah, so I don't think I would even give it like like 4 HP, and just max out the attack first, and then the rest in special defense and HP. So you would probably want it just like this for hard trick room. And I don't think I would use ban with it because you want to switch moves a lot. It has some decent moves for coverage. So I would use Life Orb. I would use Life Orb with pretty much every Rhyperior, or maybe Sash or Clear Amulet. You could use, yeah, actually Clear Amulet would be good if you don't have a way to counter Intimidate. In fact, it might be better with Clear Amulet than Life Orb because you don't recoil and they could use Incineroar. But if you have some Intimidate counter like Malamar, then maybe you don't need Clear Amulet. So Clear Amulet actually, now that I'm thinking about it, seems like the better item. I forgot what the heck does Jamie Boyd recommend. I just remember having an issue with, uh, well, I just think hold on. He made it sound, maybe I'm wrong. I thought he made it sound like you could use it with Lightning Rod and it could
So,
be
back for
better
another
than
VGC guide, and this
Rhydon.
time we are looking at Rhyperior.
So, Assault Vest just seems stupid with it. Yeah, where's the... Okay, weakness policy, I guess, is usable. But where's the Clear Amulet and the... Oh, I did like his video. Where's the Clear Amulet and Life Orb set? Dude. Clear Amulet and Life Orb are probably the best items, and Rhyperior is most ideal for hard TR. Otherwise, use Rhydon. Actually, I should just edit my other comment. I'm just going to put update so they know it's at a different time period. Yeah, exactly. Rhydon is better usually, unless for hard Trick Room. But I've used Rhydon on a Trick Room team. I don't know if I want to show the exact details of it, but I used it on just a test team with Lightning Rod. Yeah, this one. And set up Trick Room with Malamar and would have Rhydon really wall the Raging Bolts, and they would still pick Raging Bolt. Even like first and maybe second game, thinking they could take out the Rhydon and just like switch in Raging Bolt eventually and get to work with Thunderclap and whatnot, but Rhydon was just a little bit too much for them, and it's hard to take out with Eviolite, so it's actually a really good Lightning Rod user, even with its 4 times weaknesses to like grass and water, but you can easily Terra with it. I know it costs a Terra, but yeah, you can just use it right, and it does really well, and I would use it on a team with probably just 2 weaknesses to electric. The problem is it's not that fast, so you would have to just deal with it being not that fast, but you can make it outspeed like the medium speed Pokemon in Tailwind. Like it still outspeeds Incineroar and whatnot in Tailwind, but it can also be used in Trick Room, so actually that can be an advantage, you know, just like 0 speed and just uh, being good in Trick Room and decent in Tailwind. Even if it goes last in Tailwind, it's still going to hit hard, even with like no attack EVs, because it has high attack. It has a high base stat for attack, like 130, so it has like 167 or 8 attack min with uninvested, I mean. So besides Urshifu and Tornadus, there's not a lot of other good electric weaknesses, so I was just using this as a test team. It was alright, but I would want to come up with something a little bit different. Um, anyways, Rhydon and Rhyperior are both seem good. It's just Ursaluna, you would sometimes want Ursaluna because it has better defensive typing than Rhydon, and it would have Guts, or you could use the other, where's the other Ursaluna? Yeah, the Blood Moon one, and use it for a special attacker. So Rhydon, so in other words, Rhydon's main niche is rock slide is its main niche, and then followed by being a little bit faster in Trick Room, so you can outspeed things like Ursaluna and whatnot. But it is weak to those Pokemon and doesn't super affect them back unless you use Hammer Arm. So and Hammer Arm doesn't one shot them probably. So I don't know about Rhyperior and Hard Trick Room. Some people have had decent results with it. I want to say zero win on Katori's tournament and other people, but I don't know. I would have to test it out more. Maybe it is. Maybe it should be A tier. I don't know. I actually should test it out on a Hard Trick Room team to be fair, because maybe it is decent on a Hard Trick Room team. I don't know. I just feel like Rhydon is generally better. So, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video.